Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. It's just me today. Daryl is at work. I wanted to talk to you guys. As you all know, we're pregnant. It's been a minute since I posted my last update. Honestly, it's been rough. These first few weeks of pregnancy, it's been very rough. But recently I hit a milestone, and it's not like a normal pregnancy milestone, but it's kind of like a pregnancy after infertility, pregnancy after loss milestone, as to where I reached and passed my point of loss. So as you all know, we have had 2 miscarriages in the past. I have basically before this not been able to make it past 7 or 8 weeks. The first baby we lost at about 6 weeks, almost 7 weeks, and then the second baby we lost somewhere around 6 or 7 weeks as well. That one we didn't find out that we had lost the baby until we went to the 8-week appointment and they weren't there. So being able to kind of reach and pass 8, 9, 10 weeks of pregnancy is a major milestone for us. It's something to be celebrated, but I think that it's also something to be talked about. It got me thinking about how, you see all these couples and these women out here doing these, trying to conceive vlogs and IVF vlogs and everything, and infertility vlogs. And sometimes it seems like, once they get pregnant or once they have their, rainbow baby, they just stop talking about the struggle and the pain of infertility. And, for a lot of people, they may stop or not struggle as much with it after finally being able to get pregnant. But in my experience, thus far into my pregnancy, especially with a history of loss, it's something that I feel like needs to be talked about for the women out there who aren't as able to move on and just completely forget about everything that they've been through. Being able to reach the milestone that we reached is such a blessing. Like, oh my gosh. But that doesn't mean that there isn't anxiety. That doesn't mean that there isn't like this fear that you have when going through a pregnancy after loss, where literally for the first almost the whole first trimester, you are afraid to do anything or make any type of mistake that could cause you to have to go through what you went through before. And that's a real thing. On this channel, me and Daryl, we've always tried to show you guys the real side of things. We've always tried to be just really open book with you all, because I feel like a lot of women are suffering or are experiencing a lot of anxiety and stress, and they feel like they're the only one. And I never want you to feel like you're the only one. Even from a faith perspective, that you guys know that we're Christians and we believe in God and everything, but that doesn't mean that we are immune to feelings of anxiety and worry. That doesn't mean that you don't experience that stuff. You can trust and believe in God, but still be sitting at a 7, 8, 9 week prenatal appointment wondering, man, what's taking them so long to call me back? Why are they looking at my blood work for so long? You can still have those feelings, and that's normal. That's nothing to be, sorry y'all, my phone is like beeping, but that's nothing to be ashamed of. That's nothing to be like feeling like you aren't a good enough mom or a good enough person or a good enough Christian because you feel a bit of anxiety after loss. A lot of people don't realize how traumatic pregnancy loss is until experiencing a pregnancy, a healthy pregnancy after that loss. A lot of women think, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm over it. And then, you go to that 8, 9 week appointment and you're like, man, the last time I made it this far in a pregnancy, there was no baby. Honestly, it's one of those things that you have to work through within yourself. Me personally, I try to give as little attention to the anxiety, to the negative feelings of it all. I just try to, stay positive, trust that it's going to work out. There's no point in sitting here being miserable for your entire pregnancy and being so afraid that you're making yourself and everybody around you miserable because you're afraid of what's going to happen. Honestly, at one point you have to kind of reach this place where it's like, listen, and this sounds kind of harsh, but this is what I had to do to get myself, through thus far in pregnancy, and to get myself through that point of loss, was I had to tell myself, listen, either this is going to work or it's not. You have to trust that God will get you through. You have to trust and believe, even if at a point, I was at this point where it was like, this has to work. I was not thinking about what if it doesn't work, because I knew that if I let myself think what if it doesn't work, then I would be stressed, I would be anxious, I would be just like in this pessimistic and negative thought place for the entire first 8-9 weeks of my pregnancy. So I was like, you know what, I am going to just focus on believing and trusting that this will work. And if it doesn't, then I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But, one thing that I have learned after, years of trying to get pregnant, years of seeing other people around me get pregnant, years of, experiencing the pain of loss and wondering if I'll ever be able to bring a child into this world. After years of all that, I got to a point where I was like, I am not going to be miserable for my entire pregnancy. And that's a mindset that I had even with my losses. Was I enjoyed every minute of my pregnancies, and I'm trying to be the same with this one. But like I said, no, even Christians are not immune to feelings of anxiety. There are times, especially before I got to the point of loss, where I'll be like, man, that was a little cramp. What was that? Was that a cramp? And I had to remind myself, listen, yeah, there's a cramp, but that's normal. That's the stretching. That's the growing. There's no blood associated with it. You are okay. Like, don't freak out or you're going to make yourself bleed. So I basically had to put a lot of my energy into keeping myself calm, because I knew once I entered into that freak out headspace, that was where I was going to stay. So that's why I haven't been making a lot of videos. Well, that, and also I've been like really sick. Like, this first trimester has been like, oh my gosh. But also because I'm trying to keep my mind in a place where I can enjoy and I can celebrate my pregnancy, and I'm not, in that negative mind space. When I feel those feelings of anxiety and worry start to rise up, I do everything that I can to kind of, okay, listen, it's okay. I literally have to talk to myself sometimes. And if you do that, it might make you feel crazy, but honestly, if that's what's going to get you through, that's what's going to get you through. Experiencing depression and everything during pregnancy is actually a lot more common than you would think. So, things like your mental health, you have to stay on top of. And if it feels like it's too much for you, talk to somebody. Talk to your partner, talk to your doctor, talk to somebody. That is okay. I know we're in a weird place with this whole COVID thing, and nobody wants to leave the house, and that's a whole nother level of stress added to any pregnancy. But you can still find somebody that you can talk to. They have online therapists and over the phone therapists and everything. There are people that you can talk to. But the last thing that you want to do is be drowning and not, reach for somebody to pull you up. You have to reach. And I know, like I said, believe me, I am the last one to be like, oh, you're fine, just brush it off. I am the last one to be like that, because I have experienced what it feels like to feel pregnant and then to just not be anymore. I know that. And that is honestly one of the most awful, one of the most terrifying feelings that I have ever felt in my life, and I never want to experience it again. But I also never want to be that person that doesn't enjoy their pregnancy, that doesn't enjoy their child. You know, I don't want my baby to come out and I'm so worried about what if something happens to them that I can't enjoy them. And that's the balance that I'm trying to find, and that I encourage you to find if you're, you know, experiencing pregnancy after loss or after infertility, is to be able to find a balance. You know, embrace, kind of is the word I'm looking for, but like embrace the anxiety, but don't let it overtake you. Don't let it overcome you. Don't let it, you know, squash you down into this small thing. You are a big thing. You're doing a big thing right now, and I have to remind myself of that. Like, you are doing a big thing right now. It is okay if, you know, you're not up playing tennis and running around and doing all this. It is okay if you lay in bed today and focus on keeping your body relaxed and keeping your baby healthy. It's okay. And there's so many different stresses and things that can overtake you when you're pregnant, even without the factor of infertility or loss. But adding in infertility and loss, it's just you don't want to let that overtake you. So like I said, this is just things that I was thinking about, you know, once I was reaching that that point of loss. Because I think me and Daryl did talk about it briefly. He was like, wow, so, you know, you reached a point in pregnancy you've never reached before. And I was like, yeah. And I knew then that I was like, I need to talk about this, because it's a stressful time. Honestly, it is a stressful time, and it's something that you have to get through. You have to get yourself through it. And I keep telling myself, even if I don't do this for me, I need to do it for this baby. I need to do this for this baby, for the babies that I lost. I need to get through this, and I encourage you all to do the same. But anyway, I've been talking forever. I don't want to stand on my soapbox for too long, but I just wanted to talk to you guys and try to give you a little bit of encouragement, especially if you, like I said, are experiencing pregnancy after loss, to just hold in there, especially through this whole corona thing. You know, it ain't all glamorous out here. We're not going out all the time. I'm mostly in the house. Every once in a while, me and Daryl will go to the park or outdoor places, but I'm not, you know, sitting in restaurants, going to the movie theater. I'm going to like the drive-in. You know, there are things that I wanted to be able to do in pregnancy, and, you know, experiences that I wanted to have, that I was kind of disappointed, you know, about the whole COVID and everything. But then I was like, you know what, the whole goal of this whole thing is just to bring my baby into the world. That's all I want. That's all I really want at the end of the day. You know, if I can't have a big old baby shower, gender reveal, I mean, it's okay. I'll just bring my baby into this world, and that'll be enough for me. You know, it's good. But last thing I'm going to allow myself to do is freak out and stress over things that I cannot change. Okay, but anyway, you guys, if you have any other like questions, comments, any videos that you want me to make, like I said, I've been really sick during this first trimester, but I'm trying to, when I can, when I'm feeling up to it, go ahead and make some videos for you guys so that I can keep you updated and a part of this process. As usual, if you want to help, support, or anything, make sure you subscribe. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. And also, you know, you guys know that we sell our t-shirts, so all those go to our baby fund, basically. So the link is always in the description. And I mean, that's pretty much it. So just remember, you guys, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good, and Lord willing, I will see y'all next time.